Sports Limelight, episode 59. Greetings, Drew.
Greetings, Bill. How's it going today?
It's going really well. How about you?
Good, man. Has your heart stopped from that Sunday night game or Sunday game?
It's finally returning to normal. What a finish. Talk about a game of inches.
That's right.
Des Bryant's hand, if his fingers were not outstretched or if he landed his hand a little closer to his body, that result is completely different, and the analysis of the game is totally different. Instead of, the Giants, they lost a 23-point lead, but most teams would have just collapsed after that, but the Giants retook the lead after that and held on. Instead of that, it would have been, they blew a 23-point lead. Can't have that.
That's messed up.
And it would be messed up.
Yeah, it was exciting. I watched most of the game. I watched the first half I was streaming it on my phone, and I was like, all right, it's 23-10. I'm just going to go take a nap or something. And I come back, and it's 24-23 or 24-29, and the Cowboys are driving.
Man.
Crazy.
And now the Giants 6-2, leading the NFC East by 2.5 games over Dallas and Philadelphia.
Nice.
And 3 over Washington.
That's a good pad for the first half of the season.
This is the third straight year the Giants have started 6-2. Regular season under Tom Coughlin, 53-19 in the first half of the season, and just 27-37 in the second half. So there's still a lot of work to be done.
Wow. You think that trend will continue?
I think they're better equipped this year to build the bridge, as the 2012 Giants motto goes, than past years.
Right on.
Pretty healthy right now.
Yeah.
Looking around the league, reading up on the Steelers a little bit today, and they have quite a bit of injuries.
Dude, it was nice to see, as he is on my fantasy team, Ahmad Bradshaw carrying the ball 22 times on Sunday.
You do still have to be happy, though, with the distribution of carries. I still can't understand why Bradshaw is still the feature back right now.
Yeah.
It seems clear to me watching that Brown should be the guy, but I trust Tom Coughlin and Kevin Gilbride.
That's right. And in Reese, right? In Reese you trust, too?
In Reese we trust. The ultimate trust.
Now I got a question for you, Bill. Of the 8 games you Giants have played, 5 of them have come down to almost the final minute. Does that mean anything to you? Are you concerned with that?
It means that the Giants sure give you your entertainment's worth. Man, following this team the past 5 or 6 years, it's hard to be objective, but I can't think of another team, of course, another team that I would want to have followed these 5 or 6 years, but I can't think of another team that provides you this much entertainment and blood pressure tests than these Giants. Yeah,
it's been exciting for me as just a fan of the NFL, and if I was a Giants fan, I would be like, what's going on, guys?
It is funny to now come to expect these things. I think I told the old ball and chain on Sunday that she was getting a little pessimistic, which I probably rubbed off on her, after all these years, about when the Giants fell behind 24-23, and I said, don't worry, they have to do this so that they can come back in the fourth quarter. They can't just make it easy on themselves.
Yeah.
But credit Dallas. It's not just one half of the equation controlling everything. The Cowboys didn't give up and came back. And
after those slew of turnovers, they only allowed 6 points to the Giants after that.
Yeah, it really kept the Giants' passing game bottled up all day. The Giants didn't get that many yards because when they scored, they had a short field. So Manning threw for 192 yards in the game, which... That's
a low output from him.
It is, compared to the pace he was on.
Yeah.
And his prior performances in Cowboy Stadium.
Well, you have the Cowboys out of the way the rest of the season, so...
Yeah, I think they said this was the first time in at least 15 years that both of the Giants-Cowboys games were before Halloween.
So you got the Eagles and Redskins one more time this year. Both close games. Do you expect the same?
More close games. Eagles fired their defensive coordinator, Juan Castillo, before this past game against Atlanta. Sure didn't seem to help, but you need a scapegoat sometimes, and Andy Reid is this was like his last move. My favorite sports talk host, Steve Zabin, compared this to when your gun is empty and then you throw the gun at the bad guy. This was Reid throwing the gun, firing the defensive coordinator.
Nice.
Now, after a defensive performance of giving up 0 points, your Buffalo Bills, in their bye week,
that's right,
are now at the Texans. Do you have any hope that they'll pull an upset?
Unfortunately, I do not. They don't play very well on defense, and Houston has one of the best offenses of all time.
So the Mario Williams revenge game will not work out.
You'd like to think Mario would know a thing or two about maybe this offense, but on the other hand, the offense probably knows a lot of what Mario is going to do.
Right.
So I just think the Texans are going to overpower the Bills in every facet of the game.
And that would drop the Bills to 3-5.
Yep, yeah, they're 3-4 right now. They're a game and a half out of the wild card thing. I think 4-4, or 4-3 or something like that. But after 8 weeks of football, they're not out of it. So
no,
there's still hope.
And there's still quite a bit of winnable games left on the schedule after this one.
You know, if Fred Jackson and TJ Spiller stay healthy and they are productive together, I think it should be all right. Just the defense, man. They need to clamp down and stop some teams.
When's that going to happen? Hopefully over the bye week. They figured it out.
Yeah. The next 2 games are at Texans, at Patriots. So
right.
if we can get 1 out of 2, I'd be happy.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
To loop back to the Steelers here, the Giants' opponent for Week 9, they're second behind the 49ers in yards allowed per game, just 274. And second behind Houston in time of possession with 34 minutes. So those sort of go together. Their defense isn't on the field as much.
Well, let's see here. The Steelers they play the Titans, the Eagles, the Raiders, the Jets, the Bengals. So what do you think about that schedule?
It's about average.
Yeah.
Not difficult, but not patsies either. They've won 2 in a row, so starting to get it together.
Now, much like the Giants, most of their games have been fairly close, fairly tight last-minute games here.
They know how to play close games, too.
So, yeah, this should be the ultimate close game. Looks like the opening line is Giants by 3.5.
Yeah, I'm taking Pittsburgh.
You are. You know, that 0.5 is... I don't like that. I always pick the team that's against the spread there.
I tend to do the same. That half point means a lot. So let's put a quarter in the Tim Tebow jukebox this week, Drew. They're, again, not using him. Got beat really bad by the Dolphins. Does it seem to you like they're going too far in the other direction of, maybe they've heard all the talk of, before the season, for instance, of, at the first sign of trouble, here comes Tebow, and they're going to switch back and forth. Do you think they're being too stubborn now in not using him just to prove us wrong?
It looks like it. I don't know what they're trying to prove here, that Mark Sanchez is going to pull it together, but Tebow took the Broncos to the playoffs and won a playoff game. I mean,
yep, that happened.
That's on a resume. I mean, I know Mark Sanchez took the Jets to the championship game twice, so it's like Rex Ryan. What can you do?
Yeah,
he's kind of stuck.
Yeah, it seems like we've seen enough of the Sanchez movie to know how the season would play out, but we need to see more of the Tebow movie. And I wonder if that resolution is ever going to come between the two camps of he can't throw versus he just wins. Now, in a way, they're both right, but
yeah,
I want to see more of the Tebow movie.
Well, if you want to see more of that, just watch Passion of the Christ. Bill, if I may move into the amateur football spectrum.
Please. 1066 football?
Oh, I wish it was that amateur.
We're going to try to play a Thanksgiving game.
All right.
Get ready, buddies.
Last week I talked about preview matchup Nebraska-Michigan.
Yeah, how'd that turn out?
That was a pivotal matchup, and Nebraska ended up winning.
All right, congratulations.
Yeah, I will take a win, although I won't put too much behind it because Michigan's star quarterback, Denard Robinson, the dual threat runner passer, got injured in the second quarter. And it was 7-6 at halftime. We were leading, so the backup quarterback made it easy for us.
Oh.
So not really going to look too much into this game. Next week they're at Michigan State, so we'll see what they're really worth. Is
Michigan State ranked as well?
They're kind of having a down year. They were in the Big Ten championship game last year. They're about, I think, 6-3, something like that, 6-2.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
We sure will.
Ooh, and on a more general note of college football, there's 4 teams that are undefeated in the top 4.
Ooh.
And if they have a possible chance of winning out. So
all
we can have 4 undefeated teams,
Wow.
at the end of the season, and only 2 of them can make the BCS.
Yeah, too bad they didn't start the playoffs with this season.
I know, it's like they're always like a year or 2 behind with their changes, but I love BCS chaos, so
yep.
I'm excited. I'm rooting for every team to win.
It'll be a final stake in the heart of the BCS.
Well, congratulations to the other Giants pro team, the San Francisco, won for winning the World Series. Good old sweep.
Unexpected. I didn't watch any of this series, but the downside to me is no more Tim McCarver for the rest of the season. What a great announcer. He and Joe Buck take too much flack. They're both awesome to me.
One thing I don't like about Joe Buck is that he doesn't show any emotion.
That is a criticism of him. For a while, it was the too cool for the room sort of thing. But I kind of like that level-headed approach. Like Pat Summerall was kind of the minimalist because he knew that John Madden would take care of the rest. And, fill in all the other.
Pat
blank
Summerall
space.
would eat a little leg, and John Madden would eat the rest of the turkey.
And the turducken too. Boom.
Nice. Well, now with the end of the World Series, the end of baseball, we have NBA starting.
We could probably, maybe in a future week, we'll do this. Just go through all the, how many teams? 30 teams in the NBA? And for each team, say just whether they have a chance or not to win the championship.
Oh, okay.
I would say 6 teams have a chance to win the championship.
6 teams. 3 from either conference?
Oklahoma City, Lakers, Miami. Help me out here. That's all. Now I'm down to 3
Spurs?
teams. Yeah, you always have to give them a chance. That's good. So 3 in the West and 1 in the East. Miami will be in the finals.
Mavericks, Heat, Celtics, Nuggets,
No.
76ers,
Never been close.
Bulls.
Yeah, all right. We'll put them in the mix. Rose will be back in February or March.
Yeah. Hornets,
Absolutely.
Suns, Warriors, Grizzlies, and Clippers.
I can't see any of them. So
Yeah.
I've got then 5 teams with a legitimate chance this season in the NBA.
Awesome. Aren't you excited to be watching every game?
Well, we've got the Fantasy League. My closest team to like, if I was going to like one, would be the Indiana Pacers. Danny Granger now out indefinitely.
Whoa. That makes you happy?
Doesn't make me happy, but for fantasy purposes, we'll see if Paul George steps up and scores more in Granger's absence.
Oh, yeah, Paul George? Mm-hmm. Oh, man. The guy with 2 first names.
Yeah. Where's John and Ringo?
Paul George. Well, this is the first day of the NBA season, and I have Dwight Howard starting.
All right.
It's my only player this week, or tonight, so.
Good luck against everyone.
Oh, well, thank you, everyone.
And finally, while we have a moment, sports-related dreams we've had. The version of this that most people have is you're late for class, or you haven't studied all semester and there's a final exam, or, perhaps you're like shirtless in class.
Yeah, or you run around naked on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, that's actually happened.
But for us, it's sports dreams of...
the frustrating angle.
Yes, that's how you put it, the frustrating dreams.
Yeah.
And while we do this, we'll play the Rush song Middletown Dreams underneath.
Nice.
I had one last night, so this is fresh on my mind. And it's been recurring for me. We're going to play a touch football game, and for some reason I just can't get out of the house, which is my mother's house, which was down the street from where we used to play all the time.
Yep.
Either I can't find my shoes or something's preventing me. Everyone's waiting for me. A couple times it's been that it's getting dark, and we just can't start the game. So,
man,
what does it mean?
I don't know what it means, man. But I had one just like that. I was playing golf with my dad and some friends, and it was my turn to hit, and either the ball would fall off the tee or my shoe was untied and had to stop and do that.
Hey, McFly, your shoe's untied.
Oh, don't be so gullible. So while I was trying to figure out how to stop it, the other guys hit, and they just walk down the fairway, and I'd tell them I catch up. And I never could. I never could hit the ball.
And last night's edition, shamefully, I forgot to tell you about the game that was happening, and you didn't even know about it yet, and we were about to kick off, and we were at the field, and I felt terrible.
Dude.
How could I do that to you?
It's messed up, dude.
I know.
I'm never hanging out with you in Dream World again.
Oh, man. Sports Limelight, episode 59. We dream that you enjoy listening to us.
Hopefully it's not as frustrating.
We'll see you next time.